Welcome back to TFacts, where we dive into the most intriguing stories from around the world. Today, we've got 4 unique stories lined up for you, each one packed with excitement and insights. Let's jump right in. First up, we're talking about the beloved new host of Jeopardy, Ken Jennings. While he's made a name for himself in the iconic game show arena, his heart lies far from the Hollywood lights. Join us as we explore the personal side of Ken, his life in Seattle, and the heartfelt decisions he's made to balance fame with family. Next, we turn to the behind-the-scenes drama of television's powerhouse game shows. CBS has temporarily regained the distribution rights to both Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune amid a legal back-and-forth with Sony. We'll break down the implications of this reversal and what it means for the future of these beloved shows. Ever faced a question so tough that you just had to throw your hands up in defeat? This brings us to our third story, Jeopardy! Fans are buzzing over a recent Final Jeopardy question that left all contestants stumped. We'll reveal the question that's being dubbed the hardest ever and hear fans' reactions. Finally, we have an electrifying update on the current Jeopardy! Champion Andrew Hayes as he battles for his 7th win. What unexpected twists did this episode bring, and can Hayes maintain his streak against fierce competition? Stay tuned as we uncover the thrilling details of this nail-biting game. He's the face of Jeopardy, but Ken Jennings' heart lies elsewhere. As the beloved new host of Jeopardy, Ken Jennings has cemented his place in television history, yet his heart is set on something much deeper than the glitz and glamour of the television industry. Jennings, who first gained fame for his record-breaking winning streak on the show back in 2004, continues to hold a special connection with Jeopardy and its viewers. After the passing of the iconic longtime host, Alex Trebek, Jennings took on the role of host, bringing a familiarity and warmth to the game that fans have cherished. However, despite his thriving career in Hollywood, Jennings has made it clear that his home and his family are where his true priorities lie. He and his family primarily reside in Seattle, Washington, a place they consider ideal for their lives away from the camera. This has led Ken to adopt a unique work schedule, as he frequently travels to Los Angeles for filming days. When he is not in the studio, Jennings enjoys the serene lifestyle that Seattle offers, sharing a beautiful home with his wife, Mindy, and their 2 children. The couple met at Brigham Young University and married in 2000, and together they've built a life focused on family values. Despite his remarkable achievements on Jeopardy! Including winning over $4 million, Jennings leads a surprisingly modest life, choosing to drive a Toyota Corolla rather than opting for more extravagant vehicles. Viewers have come to respect his grounded nature, as a studio insider noted that he is not a creature of Hollywood. The choice to remain in Seattle is an intentional one, reflecting the Jennings family's desire to raise their children in an environment they feel is best suited for them. Balancing the demands of hosting a high-profile game show with family life is no easy task. Jennings has admitted that the hardest part of his job is being away from his family for extended periods. Yet, his dedication to remain a family-oriented man shines through. He handles travel between his 2 homes, one in Los Angeles and the one he shares with his family, with thoughtful consideration. As we watch Jennings navigate this journey as both a game show host and a devoted family man, it raises the question of how long he will remain a part of the Jeopardy! Franchise. Will his commitment to keeping his family's lifestyle intact eventually lead him to reconsider his role? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear. For Ken Jennings, the true essence of life lies far beyond the studio walls. CBS regains Jeopardy! Distribution rights after reversal of Sony win. In a pivotal twist within the television industry, CBS has temporarily regained distribution rights for the beloved game shows Jeopardy! And Wheel of Fortune. This development follows a recent ruling by a California state appeals court that reversed an earlier decision granting Sony Pictures television control over the distribution of these iconic programs. The legal saga began when Sony sought to assume control of the lucrative sales and syndication rights for both shows, citing breaches of their long-standing agreement with CBS. CBS, however, argued in court that it had been instrumental in maintaining the cultural significance and success of both shows for decades. As a result of this reversal, CBS can continue its role in the distribution process, ensuring that the shows are available to over 150 stations across the country. This legal battle isn't merely a technicality. It highlights the complex relationship between CBS and Sony that stems back to the mid-1980s. When Merv Griffin, the legendary creator of both Jeopardy! And Wheel of Fortune, sold his company, a perpetual distribution agreement was struck between Griffin and CBS. This deal has endured for nearly 4 decades, allowing CBS to manage the distribution while Sony retained production rights. Sony has made serious allegations against CBS, claiming that the network engaged in unauthorized licensing deals, underselling the shows at below-market rates, and neglecting their responsibilities due to internal budget cuts. CBS responded strongly, branding Sony's move as a transparent cash grab and an attempt to renegotiate their well-established agreement simply because they found the terms less favorable than before. As the situation unfolds, the appellate court decision puts a temporary pause on Sony's efforts to take control, marking a significant victory for CBS as they navigate the complexities of television rights management. The implications of this ruling could shape the future of both Jeopardy! And Wheel of Fortune, 2 of the longest-running and most beloved game shows in television history. Viewers will be keenly watching to see how all these developments will play out in the months ahead. Jeopardy! Fans call Triple Stumper Final Question the hardest ever. In an episode that has left Jeopardy! Enthusiasts buzzing, fans are calling a recent Final Jeopardy! Question the hardest ever. On April 16, all 3 contestants on the show failed to answer what many considered a nearly impossible question, leading to a flurry of excitement and discussion online. The Final Jeopardy! Clue fell under the category Places in the American Past, and read, "It's the building where the Stax Records classic Knock on Wood was written, but it's remembered for other reasons." Contestants Andrew Hayes, Denise LeBlancbach, and Brendan Monroe all struggled, leaving fans to wonder if the clue was indeed too obscure for the average viewer. Andrew Hayes entered the Final Jeopardy! Round leading with $28,800, thanks to a series of impressive answers throughout the game. However, as he and his fellow contestants faced this daunting question, none could provide the correct response. LeBlancbach answered with a whimsical guess, "What is love, you 3 fam?" While Monroe humorously inquired, "What is Hygienia?" Hayes, with his answer of "What is Ford's Theater?" found himself stumped, thus further intensifying the dramatic moment. Fans at home were quick to express their disbelief on social media, with many declaring it the toughest Final Jeopardy! Question ever. Comments flooded in, with people reflecting on their own struggles to remember the answer, which was ultimately revealed to be the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee, a significant location in American history. The consensus among viewers was clear. This particular question was not just challenging, but perhaps one that would have fit comfortably in a high-level trivia competition rather than a typical game show. Many felt it raised the bar for what viewers should expect when tuning in, adding an extra layer of excitement to the debate over what constitutes a fair Final Jeopardy! Question. As fans eagerly awaited Andrew Hayes' next game, they couldn't help but discuss how this moment would be remembered in Jeopardy! Lore. Was it a simple misjudgment by the show's writers, or was it a calculated move to spice up the competition? Stay tuned as Jeopardy! Continues to bring thrilling moments to our screens. Jeopardy! Stunning result as champ Andrew Hayes goes for 7th win. In a nail-biting episode of Jeopardy! That aired on April 17, champion Andrew Hayes returned to the iconic stage for his 7th game, eager to extend his remarkable run. Having accumulated a 6-day total of $137,804, Hayes faced fierce competition from 2 new challengers, Stephen Hoying and Michelle Delinsky, both determined to dethrone the reigning champion. The game kicked off with intense energy as Hoying, a lawyer from Ohio, quickly made his mark by finding the first daily double just before the commercial break. The clue asked about a classic table tennis video game from 1972, and Hoying answered correctly with, "What is Pong?" Setting himself up with a significant lead right from the start, he surged ahead with a bank total of $6,000 compared to Hayes' $4,000 and Delinsky's $600. As the game unfolded, it became evident that both Hayes and Hoying were highly skilled contestants, each answering a series of questions correctly. However, Hayes suffered a setback when he answered a question incorrectly, which allowed Hoying to maintain the lead. The night was characterized by a series of triple stumpers, adding to the suspense as both contestants battled for dominance. Moving into Double Jeopardy, the tension escalated when Hoying not only found both daily doubles, but also masterfully navigated through the questions, showcasing his knowledge across various categories. One key clue even highlighted a historical figure connected to Seattle, and Hoying seized the opportunity to answer correctly, boosting his total significantly. As the final round approached, Hoying was ahead with a staggering $29,200, while Hayes trailed at $8,800. Knowing he needed a miracle to clinch a victory, Hayes still faced the Final Jeopardy with determination. The category was fictional characters, and the clue stated, "This character's efforts in Africa to end an epidemic killing monkeys inspired Jane Goodall to do something similar." Both Hayes and Hoying answered correctly with Dr. Dolittle, but the stakes were high with their wagers. By the end of the night, Andrew Hayes finished with a 7-day total of $151,214, solidifying his status as a formidable competitor. Ultimately, however, the episode concluded with Stephen Hoying emerging as the new champion, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats and eager for more thrilling episodes ahead. As the Jeopardy! Community buzzes with excitement about this stunning turn of events, fans are left wondering, could Hayes make a comeback in an upcoming Tournament of Champions? Only time will tell.